Well, the definition of genocide is not a really straightforward one, but people have come up with one centered around the 1948 UN Convention on the Prevention and Punishment of Genocide. So December 1948, and that definition says essentially that genocide is the intentional destruction of all or part of a nation, religious group, ethnic group, as such. And what this means is you're not just killing members of a group, but you're trying to eliminate that group as a group. That's why that as such at the end is important. So the idea of genocide, again, think about the classic cases of the Jews, the Second World War, the Armenians in the First World War. I mean, the idea in both of those cases was to eliminate those groups as groups, period, right? No more Armenians, no more Jews. You don't have to kill everybody, but you do need to sort of attack the group as a unified group and destroy its ability to act as a group. So that's the basic definition of genocide. Again, you have ethnic, racial, religious, or national groups. Those are the four categories of groups that are mentioned in the convention. I mean, we could go on with the definition, what's wrong with it, what's right with it, but surrounding that definition is the way that contemporary historians and also, by the way, the international justice system works. So the international justice system has updated that definition of genocide. I'll give you one quick example. For example, in Rwanda, the courts that met about Rwanda decided that mass rape and systematic rape should also be part of genocide. In other words, that genocide includes rape of that kind. I mean, not incidental rape, but rape that's used for the purpose of destroying a group. So, the definitions and the way people think about genocide evolve over time, but the fundamental definition is the one I gave you.
Now, would that include eliminating a particular ethnicity's language as opposed to killing or raping? Would that definition fit there?
No. So actually on purpose, and when I say on purpose, in the legislation that led up to the Genocide Convention, there was a discussion of what we would call now cultural genocide. Okay? And cultural genocide, which means the destruction of language, artifacts, history books, all this kind of thing, which go into the genocidal process. They're part of the genocidal process, but do not in and of themselves constitute genocide. Now, one of the things that does in the Genocide Convention is the forced transfer, for example, of children, into other families and forced taking away of children from peoples. So things like what happens to indigenous people or happened to indigenous people in Canada, for example, is considered a genocide. But just, forcing people not to use their language in and of itself is not genocide. You need to destroy the group, as a group, and the group can continue to be a group even speaking a different language. For example, a good example is Ukrainians, who many of whom his mother tongue and tongue at home was, maybe not anymore, but was Russian, right? Because there was a lot of forced assimilation of Ukrainians in the history of the Russian Empire and the Soviet Union. So, but that would not be considered a genocidal act.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons. Additionally, if you have any feedback, please put something in the comments below. And lastly, if you want to watch the full episode of this clip, you can find it above. Thanks again for watching.